Okay, so explain to me the convection process.
Convection essentially just means as far as the movement of air, right? As far as from a colder space to a warmer space or warmer to a colder space. In an oven, when they call a convection oven, it's essentially a forced air. You have a fan that blows the air through your oven. But naturally, as we say, you have some hot spots or cold spots in an oven, is because the air is moving, from like the bottom left corner to upper right based upon the difference in temperature. And in your wall space or attic space, you have this process happening, particularly most prevalent in fiberglass or fibrous material, when you have an outside wall temperature that is different by 70 degrees or so from the inside wall temperature, i.e. if you have your thermostat set in your house at 70 degrees and it's 0 degrees outside, you'll start having the air within your wall space move generally in an upward in downward motion, so that you're bringing that cold air down and then up to the inside wall, and it circulates right in your wall space. In your attic, it does a similar thing as far as within your loose fill insulation up there. So when you really need your insulation most, when it's cold, 0 degrees, and that happens a bit here in Minnesota, your fiberglass or fibrous material doesn't operate like it should, because you have this movement of air. And what you really want to do is stop that movement or change that difference of temperature. And that's why foam, or particularly, I recommend primarily closed cell foam for this process, will stop that. You don't have these competing surfaces of 70 degrees, and air simply can't move through the closed cell foam. In your outside wall, again, there's no movement of air whatsoever. Up in your attic, where we recommend 2 inches of closed cell foam sprayed directly down on the top of the sheetrock, sealing all penetrations. You have a monolithical seal of closed cell foam, which could be about an R14 at 2 inches. Then we put 10 inches of fiberglass loose fill on top. That will give you a scenario where even if you have extreme temperatures below 0, you don't have a situation where you have convection moving within the insulation, because that barrier of foam stops that differential of temperature. And again, the moisture or the air won't go through that closed cell foam. And if all studies will indicate that as far as the greatest loss of energy in your house, whether it be as far as in the winter for heating or the summer for cooling, is airflow. If you can stop the airflow, you have solved most of your energy loss problems. So convection is a real problem when you have extreme temperatures. In Minnesota, it becomes a real issue. In some, middle temperate climates, it's not as much. But again, airflow and stopping airflow is the biggest thing.
Okay.